Hi guys, welcome to our God's Hallelujah Kitchen from Jamaica. So I am here. I'm gonna actually attempt to make my own Easter bun with a twist. Okay, so it's not gonna be like the regular bun. It's gonna be a bun with a twist. So let me show you all my ingredients for today. What I have. So I have a agave organic. It's more like a syrup sweetener, more like a sweetener. So I'm not going to use sugar. I'm going to use this to sweeten the bun. I have my guava jam. I have actually my mixed spice, and I have some rose almond water, and I have my actually vanilla, my browning, and this is actually my baking powder, and I've got some clove that I'm going to put in there. I have my Malta, Guinness. I'm going to put a cork full of rum. Also, I have my red label wine, my salt, egg over here, and I have my mixed spice. I have nutmeg and cinnamon in here. So it's in the bag form. So this is my cinnamon, and this is my nutmeg. Okay, just put this over here. And I have some cherry and mixed spice, and here I have some raisin. But what I have done, based on the fact that most people don't like the raisin to be too much in their mouth, I actually blend some out. So I blend some out in the blender, and that's how I'm going to do it. And I've got my melted butter here. So I'm going to pour in the melted butter my Malta, get that out of the way, and then I've got my Guinness stout. By this, the butter is already cool. Okay, so pour my Guinness stout in. Did I mention that I've got salt? I'm going to put a pinch of salt in to taste. Yeah. So I'm actually putting all the wet ingredients together. Yeah. And I've got a cup full of rum. And red label wine. It's actually a cup of red label wine. So I'm going to pour it in the measuring cup. Let me just rinse this out. Can I believe it's a cup? That goes in. So always remember, the butter needs to cool down, because if you put the egg in while it's still warm, it's going to cook the egg. Okay? So I'm going to put in my rose water, so all the wet ingredients together. So I'm putting 2 cupfuls. Just put this over here, and then I'm going to put my vanilla. 2 cupfuls. Okay, so that's it. Now I'm gonna get my dry ingredients together, and then I'm gonna put the egg in, but after when it's cool. So here I have some self-raising flour, and I have some wheat flour. I've got the wheat flour, and I've got my self-raising flour. So I'm not expert, guys. I'm not expert, but I love baking. That's the thing. I love baking. Yeah, and it always come out beautiful by God's grace, and the family always enjoy it. So yeah. So don't get me wrong. I'm not good with measurement, so I'm just throwing some flour in it. Yeah. So put some flour in. So I'm trying to get it as healthy as possible. That's it, guys, as healthy as possible. So this is my flour here. And I think I'm going to have a bit more of the self-raising. I need to fill this back up. Okay, I'm going to get these out of the way. So I'm doing actually 2 of these. Yeah, 2 of those straight. Yeah. So as I said, I'm not the one for measurement, and so as you see, I'm just throwing in some flour. Wish me luck, guys. Wish me luck. So I'm gonna add in this now my dry ingredients. So I'm gonna put some baking powder. So this will help raise it. So, some baking powder, about 2 teaspoons, 2 teaspoons. And this is me. Now everybody does this. I'm just going to put half a teaspoon of baking soda, just a quarter, just a little bit. And then I'm going to add some salt, just salt to taste. Then I'm going to add some of the cloves. Mixed spice. Then I'm going to have some nutmeg. My cinnamon powder. And then mix all these dry ingredients together. Just mix it together. Combine everything in your bowl. Combine it. So that's my dry ingredients. So what I'm going to do now, check to make sure that this is cool enough. And then I'm going to add my sweetener to it. Okay. Jesus on the telephone, tell him what you need. Tell him what you need. Oh, I almost forgot the molasses. So I'm gonna put some molasses in. Let me just get the molasses out the fridge. So that's some molasses here. I'm gonna add to it. It was in the fridge, guys. There it's coming. I'm talking to my guests on the channel. So this is a spoonful of molasses. Just a spoonful of molasses, guys.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have on the today. Parent sexual abuse still underreported. Opposition says better support fund needed to strengthen farming sector. And then return sports. Jamaican athletes to return home after 39th straight character athletics championship win. Thank you for joining us. I'm Shania Philadelphia Albanese. 4 people, including 2 police officers, are now hospitalized following a motor vehicle accident on the William Northern Main Road in St. Mary. The incident happened around 9:15 this morning. According to reports, a truck was
One has to take a bit more time to actually mix out.
Black Kia motor car that failed to stop.
So there's sweetening to the taste that you want it. And as I said, I'm not using sugar.
Police officers were injured and taken to hospital where they are undergoing treatment. The driver of the Kia and a passenger were also hospitalized.
I've also got, as I said, jam that is going to go in. So I'm going to add my eggs to the pot now. So I'm going to take one more egg. So 4 eggs, guys, because they're very small. So I'm getting 4 eggs.
Suffering in silence. That's according to the Center for the Investigation of Sexual Offenses and Child Abuse (SOCA). Details of this report. The Center for the Investigation of Sexual Offenses and Child Abuse (SOCA) is sounding the alarm. Sexual abuse against males, especially boys, remains underreported. Schools, they know where to report, as you said,
The best way to do it is actually mix it out first, then you pour it in. I just put one in the pot. Totally forgot, as I said, I'm no expert, but I love baking. But it always turned out great by God's grace.
In many cases, boys from struggling socioeconomic backgrounds continue to be forced into vulnerable and dangerous situations.
One parent being able to give their child the neighborhood things, the school, the shoes, money to go to school, another child might be struggling where that is concerned. So that child may want to do something to.
So now I'm gonna do my mixing.
To make some money on the side for themselves, and when they do that, it is not done in a controlled way, it is not done in a supervised way, they find themselves in all kind of situations.
This is my job.
Exploitation.
SOCA is urging communities to step up, pay attention, and support these children who are being affected.
We have teachers who are perpetrators, we have doctors who are perpetrators, we have pastors who are perpetrators, we have fathers who are perpetrators, stepfathers. It's a mix. It's a tell parents what you want to look for. It depends on how you are approached. approached and what is being asked of you and how you are being challenged in a particular way.
Superintendent Bailey was speaking on the Force for Good podcast tackling sexual crimes by the Jamaica Constabulary Force.
Walter John is the best, but you probably can use Cherry. Yeah, but I do enjoy putting Walter John in.
Fully investigated. The agency's
So I'm going to make a hole in the center and then start pouring in the wet ingredients. Mix it little by little. Everybody does it differently. Yeah? And then I'm going to put in the raisin.
What is brought to our attention is investigated, file is prepared and brought before the court. But every case that comes to us to be referred to counsel,
Some of the-
so we also offer that as a part
So that you can come
of the
out
process when we come
beautiful.
before to us. All reports are treated confidentially, and all cases will either go directly to the court or to the DPP for independent.
This is my raisin that I'm adding in now.
So all matters are treated with internally nobody, and all cases are treated with the strictest confidentiality.
You can call the Sissoko office at 876-926-4079 or 876-224-5352. Opposition spokesman
Did we get everything out, guys?
says the country's farming sector needs more support to grow and succeed. Dr. Campbell believes farmers deserve better systems and more resources to help them.
Not everybody likes raisin when it's too thick. I'm definitely going to put some on the top.
Opposition spokesman on agriculture, Dr. Dayton Campbell shared
Definitely
that
gonna put some on the top.
64,000 people are currently involved in farming, but more than 300,000 are still not officially registered. Dr. Campbell says the sector could be in a much better place if the right systems were in place. He is again proposing the establishment of a special agriculture development fund to help farmers when they face problems like bad weather or market issues.
You have a dedicated fund for him, the National Health Fund.
Some
You have a
rolling.
dedicated fund for tourism and tourism enhancement fund. You have a dedicated fund for some of the
To the color that you want it, guys.
Universal Service Fund.
But I realized that maybe I have done a lot of songs. So because I want my cherry in,
Agriculture, to make it into a priority area. The funding for that, we have earmarked 2% of the current taxes that are paid on imported items.
Speaking at the Montpelier Agricultural and Industrial Show in St. James on Monday, Dr. Campbell reiterated that money already available would be used to create the fund.
From our calculation, over the last 10 years, we're $707 million in taxes have been collected annually. 2% of that will give us roughly 2.5 billion Jamaican dollars. That funding.
Lovely. Can you see that, guys? Can you see that? Can you see that? That's my mixture. Yeah.
Dr. Campbell is also encouraging Jamaicans to support local farmers by buying more locally grown food instead of imported items. He believes that this would make the country stronger and help farmers earn more.
We also need to look at how we assist to build out the storage capacity in the country. Currently, we use about 30% of what we produce after harvesting, post-harvest loss, because we do not have sufficient storage.
Where is my spoon?
And that affects our farmers significantly.
Carol Simpson, TG News.
After fire forced the closure of the old shoe market in St. James, efforts are
So I'm gonna put a little bit of raisin in, not to overpower it.
Corporation, Richard Vernon says an upgraded facility will be erected at the location, which the Masters reports.
I'm multi-million-dollar arcade is in the pipeline for Montego Bay St. James. It follows a number of fires which gutted the Montego Bay Shoe Arcade, commonly known as the Old Shoe Market. Chairman of the St. James Municipal Corporation, Richard Vernon, says the new and improved facility is being done in collaboration with the Urban Development Corporation, UDC. Mr. Vernon says the new state-of-the-art facility is a key project for the 2025-26 fiscal year for the corporation.
And we will be having that meeting shortly so we can go back to the people and visit operators of that
So, I don't
space.
know if you do this, but I
To
taste
get
my
their
body.
intervention opinion on what we have drafted.
This is how they improvements by the corporation,
I'm gonna
which
pour
will
it
aid
into my
in the streets of Montego Bay with vendors. Last week, Mr. Vernon noted that the main building of the Charles Ford Market is expected to reopen to vendors by the end of the second quarter. In the meantime, the corporation
some
chairman
mixed
says
steel.
the registration of vendors will be digitized.
Information that is vended as opposed to the usual cat and mouse where vendors are concerned. And we're being very meticulous in how we approach it. So we're taking our time to build out a pop-up and sustainable vending system in the city of Montego Bay. And of course, to get the utmost support where the vendors are concerned, they have to see how it is working for them.
For Shea Masters, TVJ News.
Phase 1 of the Tristan Road Rehabilitation Project in St. Anne is completed. Phase 2 is set to begin soon. Karen Simpson reports.
After years of complaints from residents, the long-awaited Tristan Road Rehabilitation Project has been completed. Local Government Minister Desmond McKenzie said he was prepared to intervene after several visits to the community where he met with residents.
When I came, I was greeted by members of the community.
If you're reading this
Wish
now,
me luck, guys.
odds are I've already left town.
So we expressed their
A few cities in between the skyline, where I'm looking down.
condition of the roads. And they
A few
lack
empties on the floor, and a note on the door of your house.
maintenance of work.
This silence reminds me of what's left behind me
Those visits
now.
made a commitment to trust and concern. Minister McKenzie
There's
said
a
he
broken
is
down
very
car
pleased with phase
parked
1
outside the barn up the road.
When I turned to come into the community, I was
The
lost.
weather vane hanging all crooked from the rain and the snow. I'm a half mile past where we ran out of gas years ago. So I'm taking my time and I'm gonna drive by it once more.
In the meantime, Mr. McKenzie said
There's a little less waiting, and I just don't want this feeling to go. If you're reading this now, please remember the good times we had. Don't forget about the moments we tried, we cried, and we laughed.
So that phase 2
There's a good chance our paths will eventually meet up somehow. Just know I had good reason to go. If you're reading this now.
Mixed vibes. Listen, they put it on
I spent too many nights with the lights out, replaying this scene. We share the same space, the same beautiful place in my dreams. And I can't get the walls, I keep tripping on old memories. And I try to sing along to the song on this old record machine. But I can't get the words to come out right. I forget this old memory. million little things that I'll miss. Just know that somehow you don't need another reason to leave me if you're reading this now. I'm a long ways away, but you're
The
safe.
cherries that are here.
And I know you're better off this way if you're reading this now.
Executive Director of the National Solid Waste Management Authority, Oya Gordon, is reminding Jamaicans
So read
to
it,
keep
but you don't need
public
to use sugar
spaces clean.
because
Mr.
everything here
Gordon
is
says
sweet.
as part of the Pass
So you
the
don't
Road
really need to
campaign,
use
the
sugar.
aim is to increase
Just get like
awareness and
an healthier
participation in waste
choice of
reduction
sweetener
and proper disposal.
to make your
Before it goes in the level of the SWA, cannot undo if there are 3 million people in this country to go. So we have to get them to be a part of the world and get them to play their part. The good thing is that high percentage of our people are doing what they're supposed to do.
Mr. Gordon is challenging more stakeholders to come on board.
We know that this is just a small part of the Jamaican family, of the Jamaican setup. We want other players in the private sector
Let me just show you.
be out to
That's what it looks like.
Uncooked,
Uncooked, unbaked. So now I'm gonna put it in the oven and I'll show you later. Look at this, guys. Wow. So I've just taken it out of the oven and now I'm gonna actually glaze the top with some guava jam. So that's what I'm gonna do right now and show you what it looks like after I put the guava jam over the top. But thumbs up, guys, if you think that I have done a brilliant job. It's still hot because just a minute ago I've taken it out of the oven. Just a minute ago. Yeah, brilliant. So this is glazed now with the guava jam, and this is what my sugar-free Easter bun looks like. I have to wait until it cools down to give it a slice and then see what it looks like cut in. So far so good, guys. It looks amazing and I'm pleased with the outcome of my late Easter bun. We're still in the holiday season, but you know what? I have done it actually a bit later. Okay, so this is it. This is it, guys. So look at this, guys. It's still a bit warm, but look at the texture. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm not, actually, I don't have a lot of cheese, but just imagine it's a big cheese and this is what it looks like. Yummy, yummy, yummy. So this is the first cut of bun. It's hot, it's hot, it's hot. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed my video and hope you enjoyed the recipe of my bun with a twist.